Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick little comparison here between the Asus Zenfone 5Z and the Honor 10. Two very recent handsets in the budget flagship category. Very hot contention, these two, because they actually come in about the same kind of price, €400, and they pretty much offer exactly the same kind of spec. Dual camera, 4 gigs of RAM or 6 gigs of RAM based upon the configuration. There are some slight differences between them, such as the Honor 10 being slightly smaller, as you can see, and the fingerprint scanner on the back with the Zenfone. But they are, very close here in terms of build quality. Very top-notch kind of phones, no pun intended. So let's just try and boot them on here and see which is the faster device. So we're getting Kirin 970 in the Honor 10 and Snapdragon 845 in the latest Zenfone. EMUI versus ZenUI here on the left, which you can see boots on very fast here. A little bit of an app crash there, but not a huge issue. In terms of the displays, I'd probably give it to the Zenfone. I mean, honestly, this is one of the best displays I've ever seen actually for an IPS LCD. Absolutely wonderful colours. On a 10, very decent in itself, but I don't think it's quite as good in terms of the brightness and contrast levels, so do bear that in mind. Obviously it's a little bit smaller as well, so you get a bit more content I think on the Zenfone. Let's have a look at the performance here. So everything's closed down. I think these are actually 4 gig RAM models as well, so do bear that in mind. Entry level spec, we do like to cost cut. And let's see here what we're getting. So that looked like the Zenfone, and again, so it keeps hiding the buttons there at the bottom. Might want to see if I can disable that. Look at some of these apps, they're so interactive nowadays compared to like the 2D drawings we used to get a couple of years ago. Absolutely amazing. And this is Android as well, you used to only see that on like iPhones. So again, you can see Zenfone a little bit faster with these loads. Really immaculate software here on the Zenfone. It's come on leaps and bounds in terms of the smoothness and good stuff. So I think we clicked on the thing there, so we'll just discount that one and move on to the next one. To me it looks like the Zenfone is winning here overall in terms of the games, but it is early days, so much faster load here on the Zenfone. Although I think I do like the EMUI kind of animations, they look a little bit smoother overall. Just looking at them here. So what is all that? We'll discount that one, I think there was something to download. Yeah, another one going here to the Zenfone. You can see as well on these darker like backgrounds that the contrast is much better on the screen here. Absolutely wonderful display on the Zenfone. Got to give it to Asus, which has come from nowhere. I thought Asus was out of the game at one point. Let's go back again. So I did press that time. A little bit worrying there that we didn't get a response, but we got one there. And again, going to the Zenfone here, flawless victory when it comes to the apps opening. It is what it is. I do like the Honor 10, but we do have to be fair here. Let's just try some others as well. So you can see, look at that. The Zenfone is going to give you some amazing speed. Let's have a look at the Play Store. It's literally every single one here. But then again, I think Snapdragon 845 is obviously a new processor, whereas we've had Kirin 970 since last year. So that's probably causing quite a big difference when it comes to the performance. One area which I can see already, which I think the Honor 10 is going to win, is the Wi-Fi. You can see that we do have quite a weak reception here when you're a little bit far away from the router. So let's just try the Honor 10. So very decent score here. Gonna have to get onto Virgin, I think, to get them to get me my full amount. I think they've been, trying to stiff me here. Let's just try the Zenfone. Which looks like it's gonna actually beat the Honor 10. Which is entirely unexpected. So yeah, very decent score here, despite that icon which is only giving like 2 bars or 1 bar signal. Let's give it another chance on a 10 to redeem yourself. And it redeemed itself very quickly there. Or is it going to go down again? So ekes out a slightly better score. And we're going to give Zenfone another try. Hopefully it doesn't go on all night, back and forth. Let's try again. Oh, I don't think it's going to meet the Honor 10 this time. There you go. So you can see Honor 10, when it gets going, beastly when it comes to the Wi-Fi. Very decent score here. Let's just try loading a web page. So we can try, let's try GSM Arena. Whoops. GSM Arena. There we go. GSM. Go. So quite comparable here, not hugely different. And let's try Phone Arena. I think the haptic feedback's a bit rough on the 10. You can really hear it. The motor sounds like a tractor. So very close loads here. Maybe the Zenfone a little bit quicker there, but I couldn't really tell, to be honest. Finally, multitasking. Any differences here? Let's have a look. So as I said, these are the entry level spec for the RAM. I think 4 gigs should be enough really for Android Oreo. And you can see both of them very nice and smooth here. So yeah, as I was saying earlier, I think the Honor 10 has the nicer animations, just really like smooth and velvety, whereas the Zenfone is a bit kind of stock Android. But it does seem to come up a little bit faster on the Zenfone, if that makes any difference to you. And you can see in terms of the game here, we do have a reload with your Honor 10, which isn't good to see. And again, kept that one. Kept that one, but the Zenfone very fast to go back into it. You can see we are doing 5 here, so we give it a good test. Probably going to give that to the Zenfone. The last round there seemed to be just a little bit more stable, but maybe some software updates will help that on the Honor 10. So yeah, what can we say here? Zenfone, I think, for the multitasking and the apps opening, for sure, really. Wi-Fi did go to the Honor 10 though. So I think they're both excellent phones at the end of the day. I do think that, although I've not tested them yet, I think the Honor 10 is probably going to have the better camera, because usually Huawei has a bit more experience with it, and you have your AI kind of technology as well integrated in that. But I'm probably going to check out the Zenfone camera just to make sure of that. But I think if you're looking for the raw speed here, you can see the Zenfone does seem to be the better proposition overall compared to EMUI. But they are very amazing phones for the money. At the end of the day, I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. So yeah, just a quick little comparison here between the Zenfone 5Z and the Honor 10. If you've got any questions, do let me know. Hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.